Yeah, April giveth and April taketh away, right? We get into a series of warm air intrusions last week, and then we get a big snowstorm across the northern plains. That is April weather. What we're looking at as we look at the next couple of weeks going forward, obviously the return of snow to the northern plains anyway. What impact will that have on the warm-up of spring? And to that effect, I look for a generally cool to mild weather pattern with not so much above average temperatures, northern plains, Corn Belt, upper Midwest over the next couple of weeks anyway, for the most part. At the moment, we're still dealing with chilly weather here this weekend in the northern plains. By chilly, I mean generally above freezing, but not by that much. The really cold weather is in retreat, and there are some warm states down across the deep south. Most of the Corn Belt midsection of the country is just sort of in a mild weather pattern for the time being. This week, the jet stream will sag a bit. In fact, a fairly significant cold front is expected around the middle of the week. You're not going to notice a widespread wholesale change, but it will be getting a bit chillier again around the middle of the week. And then I look for a little bit of ridging in the west to pump things up a little bit and bring some slightly milder temperatures to some parts of the region. But you'll notice the really hot weather stays down in Mexico. The warm weather stays mostly along the Gulf. By warm, I mean this time of year, that usually means 70s and a few stray 80s. And most of the time, the northern plains will be in the 30s and 40s, maybe a few stray 50s, and the Corn Belt will be kind of in the 50s and like that, maybe a few days up into the 60s. Nothing really extraordinary. As we get into the second week of this forecast, now we're talking the middle of April, yet another little surge of cold weather will come down. And so it looks like in general, the northern tier and the areas around the Great Lakes will remain quite chilly over the next couple of weeks. As far as precipitation goes, not too much. Even this storm system we had over the weekend and late last week was not excessive precipitation overall. There will be some showers around the south and a few thunderstorms. Probably one little band of snow coming through the Great Lakes area and a little bit of Rocky Mountain precipitation, including some down into the southwestern states. Models are pointing to one weather system sliding out of the Rockies as that really cold air during the second week drops southward again and producing a swath of snow somewhere in the northern plains. Right now, it looks like more like a South Dakota thing than a North Dakota thing, but that, of course, we'll continue to watch for that. The southeast will continue to get rain and the occasional storms. It does not look like an excessively wet pattern for any part of the United States as we go on into the middle part of the month of April. Just kind of mild and relatively average moisture.